Okay. Okay. Well, guys, this is our last rehearsal prior to the dress rehearsal, which will be next Friday evening. And so, Gary, we want to get the district captains lined up to come on next Friday night in our meeting. Yeah, I need some pictures on 3 of them, but I'll show you that as they get started here. First thing I want to show you is a change in the opening of the
roundtable.
See, I'm sorry. Yeah, the opening of the roundtable. And let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about here. You know, the last time we had that countdown clock was the very first thing that you saw. Well, what I'm going to do is I want to replace that with this. It's called a promo card. You see it?
Yeah.
Yep.
And what you see it's a COS Indiana Live, of course, but it says Roundtable here every 4th Monday. So what I'm thinking is that this will be the first thing shown when the broadcast starts, and I'll leave it up here for 10 seconds, and then after 10 seconds, then I will go to the roundtable Maringo mic, and during that, I'm going to remove this promo card, and I'm going to move John up into the screen so that when Maringo mic stops, John will automatically pop up. Okay? Let's see how this works here. Okay, so we've the broadcast has started. This will be shown for 10. Now, the reason I'm doing this is I always have trouble with the countdown clock and the Maringo mic promo thing, the Maringo mic intro. You got to time those right. If you don't time the end of one and the start of the next one right, you have this blank in the middle. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to avoid that. So this promo card will show for 10 seconds. Then we'll start.
Hello and welcome to COS Indiana Live as we bring you Roundtable. The Roundtable segment is presented here every 4th Monday of the month at 7 p.m. We'll be focusing on education and discussion of the topics and challenges we all face as we use the Constitution to save the Constitution. Join us now as we bring you COS Indiana Roundtable with our MC, John Ackerman.
I got a question.
Yeah.
How come Richard Loken shows up twice in the bill?
Well, because he was supposed to be part of this when Ken created that. So
yeah, but he was in there twice.
We haven't revised it. So how does that is that okay with everyone?
Yeah, it went smooth.
Yeah. So as long as I remember, and Rick, please put this in the notes. As long as I remember to remove the promo card and move John into the screen behind the Maringo mic thing, so that when Maringo mic ends, when the Maringo mic intro ends, then you're going to see you're going to see John Ackerman's friendly face.
Okay.
And John's going to welcome everyone to the round table. And John, I guess your introduction will be pretty much the same.
Yeah.
That we're gonna introduce district captains this evening, and blah 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 blah. Now, here's something a little change that I made. Now I got everybody on the screen here. We won't have that the night of the broadcast. It'll just be John. But what do you think about this? I brought up. I found a map. Now, I know you can't see this. You can't see all the districts here, but I thought it would be interesting to show a map that shows the regions, but it also shows all the 100 districts across the state. What do you think?
Is there a reason that we're on the left side now?
What?
We're on the left side now. Usually we're on the right.
You won't even be on here.
Oh. Okay.
John will be the only one. John will be the only one on here.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you bring up that particular map, I can talk about, okay, these are our 9 congressional districts, but within each one, there are smaller Indiana House districts, and there are 100 of those.
Exactly.
And I'll explain that, okay?
Now, I can make that a full screen. Would that be helpful?
Yeah, the bigger it is, the better.
You think it would be?
Yeah, because I think you can almost start to see. Okay. Yeah, you can almost start to see the little rectangles inside.
Yeah.
Each.
And I don't know that it's that important to be able to see those. Just to give people a sense of, there's 100 of these all across the state. And
yep.
So we're talking about district captains, people that are leaders in each of these districts. Okay. So then I would go back to this view, John, and then we would then start with our first district captain.
And you'll have a photo of her in there?
Yes, and we'll have a photo of her in here. And I think what the plan, I think what you like to see is when you bring on, well, when we bring on the district, each district captain, we want to make them the larger view here and you smaller, right?
Yeah, right, yeah.
How do you say her last name, Dale?
Yurgay. Cindy Yurgay. Okay, and
You're gay or you're gay. I think you're right.
Then we have Melba Kaiser.
Ooh, good picture.
So Dale, you're going to show a picture of each one and not actually them at this point, just a picture of them?
No. That's a good point. That's a good point. No, we'll be bringing on these individuals. So this is just for information here then.
Okay. I heard you say earlier you needed a picture of 3 of them. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, I guess I really don't, do I?
Not if you bring them on in a live video, no.
Yeah, I won't.
You can identify them at the time.
Yeah. Well, and they should have their names entered. Just like we all do, okay?
Now, is his last name Ball? Michael Ball?
Yes.
All right.
Michael Ball.
Okay. I don't want to mispronounce anybody's name.
Okay.
What about Cheryl Schopmeyer? Which district is she and how does she pronounce her name? 46.
Well, I would say Schottmeyer.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Schottmeyer.
Looks quite German to me.
Yeah.
So the sixth person, Dale, whose name you gave me was Jill Jones. That I don't have a confirmation from her yet, but anyway, she might be a possibility as well.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I was just going with what I thought you had a confirmation on. Okay. Okay, then. Okay, then we'll remove that and we'll wrap up segment 1. And John, then you will introduce Paul and I for segment 2.
Mm-hmm. Much like I did last month.
Yes.
Yep.
And I will. Here's what we're going to do. What Paul and I are going to do in segment 2. He's not here tonight, but we've somewhat rehearsed this. But we'll go through the PowerPoint much like we did last time, talking about the various educational resources that we have here in Indiana, and I'll be talking about each of these. Okay. Then when we get to this last one, Paul is going to come on and we're going to share his screen, and he's going to be live on the Convention of States website.
Okay.
And he's going to kind of touch on all the sections of the website except for the take action, which is something you'll cover, John, in your closing.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, and then I'm not sure. I gotta figure out how to close this segment, but I'll figure that out. So this segment may be a tad shorter.
Whoever that was, he tripped off my dogs too.
George, was that you wanting to say something or what? What?
I do have something to say, but I'll wait until the wrap up. But whoever barked first, they sent my dogs into a tizzy too. So
Okay.
Yeah, that was my dog. Sorry.
Oh, was it? All right. All right.
I'm gonna
Okay.
mute myself so it doesn't disturb things.
Then, okay. Then we get into, we wrap up segment 2, and we get in. Then John opens up segment 3, the Q&A, and let's see what. Oh yeah. Then I want to remove this, and then I'll bring on the individuals from the executive group. Okay. And then we'll start. Then John will start with the questions. Now, we've got some set questions. We've got some pat questions. Here's one. What is Article 5? Do you remember, John, who you assigned these to?
Yeah. I always want to get George first in case his internet kicks out. So
Okay.
I want to ask George, what is Article 5?
All right.
Is that like the Fifth Amendment?
And then
I'll be somewhere else. It won't be in my office. It seems to be kind of a dead spot. It works everywhere else I go, but right here where I'm at right now, it's just kind of like a little sickly. But I'll be somewhere else for that.
so
So
what
it should
is
be okay.
what is a convention of states? That'll be a next question, right? Who's that?
That'll go to Ken.
Ken. Wonder where Ken is tonight. Make sure he's not somewhere in the studio here. Okay. This one, whose is this?
What is the plan? I want to give that one to Paul.
Okay.
This is for Gary. Are we making any progress?
Slowly.
That's a good answer.
Hopefully he has a few more words than that, but that'll be okay.
Yeah.
I'll expand on that a little bit.
Yeah.
How much time do we each have then?
Well, there's 5 of you and 5 questions. If you each take 2 to 3 minutes, that'll fill the time.
Well, okay. Here, and this one's going to be my question, right?
Yeah, I wanted to give you the hard one, Dale.
Right. Okay.
Because it comes to your plate. You know,
Right.
we passed this thing over 5 years ago. So what do we do now?
Yeah.
Just sit around and twiddle our thumbs?
Yeah.
I won't say that.
Yeah. Okay. Now, we can't. Let's see if we can. Okay. Here, do you want to do this? This is my question. This is something we need to decide tonight. Do we want to entertain viewer comments?
Well, yeah. I like what we talked about last week, that at the very top of the broadcast, I'll invite them to start posting any questions that they might have. And then I'll issue that invitation again when we start this segment. And then after the 5 canned questions, if there are any viewer comments or questions, you can just put them up there, Dale, and I'll see them when the banner shows up, and we'll go with that.
Here's just a StreamYard comment. That's what it would look like.
Mm-hmm.
And if the person asking the question or making the comment, if their picture is there with their identification, that'll show up. That'll show up
instead of that duck.
Right.
So if somebody submits a question through Facebook or YouTube, it'll actually put it in a banner for you.
Yes. If I select it, it'll be in the comment section over here, which you can't see.
If he selects it.
Huh? And I as the host, I will open this up, and you can't see these.
Ken says he's backstage, by the way.
Did you just see the note? Ken's backstage, hoping you'll let him in at some time.
I can. Dale's working on it.
There
you
is.
are.
See, he's late. He's late. We probably shouldn't even let him in.
Ah,
I was working on more of Dale's stuff.
Fashion.
He's got the donuts, though. Ken has the donuts.
Okay, my question is, when do we want to somehow or another? I guess I'll be able to do this. I've got to skim over these comments and pick out ones that I think we could entertain. Do we want to do that? Do we want to do that first? Do we want to intermingle? Do we want to do viewer questions until we run out of viewer questions, and then bring in the preset questions? How do we want to work that? What do you think? I'll tell you right now. On the June 28th roundtable, we had 56 comments over here.
Yeah, Dale, I think if you get some good questions, you should plug those in at the beginning of the third set, the third part of the broadcast. If you run out of those, then we can go to our prepared questions. But if you've got interesting questions, I would inject those right then.
You know, that makes sense because it encourages and rewards viewer interaction.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If we pay
agree with
attention
John.
to them, yeah, I like that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Plus, any viewer questions might answer what our canned questions are. They might ask what our canned questions are anyway. How
and
well are we doing in Indiana, kind of thing, or something.
Yeah, and if they do, then we'll just skip that one. Right, Dale?
Right, right. Yeah, I'll certainly remember all of this. Yes,
I know you will. You're great.
Do you, John? Do you want me to warn you some way or another that this is a viewer question? I don't know how I'm going to do that. Now,
Well, what you put up there a minute ago, you know, that banner that says StreamYard, and
well, that won't be on there. That won't be on there. That's just a sample. That's just a sample thing that StreamYard provides here.
well, yeah, but if you get a viewer question and just put it up there at the beginning of this segment, I'll see it and I'll go with it.
You'll see it. You'll see it. It'll have somebody's name attached to it.
Yeah,
if
you'll just have to take the initiative to put it up there. I don't need advance warning. If I see that, I'll run with it, and I'll keep running with it until you run out of those.
Actually, John, I'm gonna be on this screen. I'm gonna be on this when we do this.
Yeah.
And I could say, John, we got a good viewer question here.
Okay.
Do that. We could just kind of do that, I guess, couldn't we?
If you want to do it that way, sure.
Yeah. And if it's if I run out of viewer questions, then I can always say, well, here, John, we've got another viewer question. What is the plan? Okay, they're all viewer questions. Okay.
There you go.
You are a viewer after all.
Yes. All right.
Stretch that out. Stretch it out.
I got a private chat comment here. I'm backstage. Hello. That's from Ken Kashuba. Yeah.
Who's that?
I don't know. I don't know who he is.
It's hard to get into the broadcast. I noticed I tuned in like really early and sat around for a while. Anyway, Dale, quick question. Do you want me to have the district captains send me like a little outline of their talking points so that we can kind of have an idea of what they're going to talk about at a time, coach them to come up with what I want them to come up with, or just want to fly by the seat of your pants?
Well, I like that idea because then I can ask a question that leads right into what they want to say.
Okay.
So you want to know that, John? You want to know ahead of time?
Yeah, I think that would help. Yeah. Just like you did last month, Gary.
Okay.
Yeah. That was very helpful.
All right.
I just thought of something else here. Now we've got how many district captains playing? 5?
Well, we invited 6 and 5 said yes, but 1 said maybe. So
we're gonna have to we can only have 10 on here. So if we have 6, then only 4 of us can be on. And I think the video here and the share screen, I think those count too. Do they? I think so.
I don't know.
So we can only really have
is 4 going to be your max? You can have Paul too.
Oh yeah, Paul's gonna.
That brings it to 7. But of course, you can always do the thing where you knock them off once you get done with the first segment of the program, and then bring in, George, me, whoever else.
That's what you did was.
Yeah, Rick, you won't be on, right?
Right, I won't be here.
Okay, so if we have 5 district captains, and we have then John and me, and I need need 2 spots here for the PowerPoint and for a video that I've got lined up here. So that leaves 1 more, and I probably, Gary, ought to have you on here just in case you needed to step in for someone. Okay.
Okay, that's a possibility.
Just in case. So
Okay.
So what we're saying is let's limit the district captains to 5.
Okay.
So tell Jill, although I really would like to have her in this, but tell her that we don't need her. So that means Ken and George, you need to stagger your entry into this. Okay. And I'd say, plan on around 7:15 or so, like you did last time. 7:20. Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to limit it to 5 district captains, and then we'll have John, myself, and Gary, and then these.
Yeah, we'll just sit in the studio and wait till you call us up.
What?
Oh no, you okay. You can't have us in the studio. Okay, I got you.
No, can't have you in there until we get some people off of there. So Gary, I guess
I answered my own question.
Okay,
right,
Gary, we need to make it clear to the district captains. Well, right, and we'll clarify this.
Gotcha.
We'll clarify this on at the dress rehearsal, but we need to make sure that they once they appear, then they need to go off the broadcast. So make room for.
Can you kick them out, or do they have to disconnect themselves? Try kicking me off and see what happens.
Okay, it says Gary Harbaugh will be removed from the studio. If you want to prevent this person from rejoining, you should ban them instead. No, I don't want to.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I can kick you out. I can kick you out.
Okay. Now, the other thing is, I thought I was going to be gone this Friday, but it's actually next Friday. So I may have a little challenge getting connected, but you'll have the 5 district captains anyway. So
yeah, just be sure that that John's got the information he needs for the interviews. Okay.
And on Monday night, I'll be able to tune in around 6:30, so I'll be there on the early part when we're chatting.
Gary, we had talked about one of the district captains addressing how to become a district captain and what a district captain does. Do you have that in mind? Or are you still going to plan on doing that? Do you know who might take that one?
I don't. We'll have to figure that out.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Now, after segment 2, then we get into segment 3. Well, we've already talked about segment 3, basically, is how we're going to handle the questions, right?
Yep.
Okay. Now, after segment 3, then, okay, John, we've got a video here that I think is a good video that would be good to open segment or open your closing with.
Open the close. Okay.
Okay. I don't know. I'm not sure what you want to say to open that, but let me show you this video.
Okay.
After the last election, liberty-minded Americans faced a difficult question. What do we do now? Our cities have been ravaged by riots. Calls from the left to defund the police continue unabated, while violent crime and murder rates skyrocket across the country. Joe Biden controls the White House. Sort of. Really, we all know that Joe Biden's no longer in control of his faculties, and others behind the scenes actually control the agenda. Socialists control Congress. Leftists control the deep state. Marxists control our country's schools and universities, and the tech oligarchs are their willing censors and watchful spies. So who has a plan to stop them? Certainly, we're not seeing courage from Capitol Hill to stand up to the Democrats and their woke mob. The good news is that we do have a plan to stop them. This is the only plan that bypasses Biden and Congress to save the republic. And this plan brings the fight to where we, the people, have a political advantage. While many Americans were disappointed in the outcome of this election at the presidential level, liberty-minded state legislators quietly swept to enormous victories. Now's the time to use this to our advantage and draw the fight for our liberties out of the swamp and into the battlefield where we, the people, have the advantage, in the states. This plan to call a convention of states can propose constitutional amendments that prohibit Congress from adding justices to the Supreme Court or states to the Union. This plan can secure our Second Amendment rights. It can eliminate the woke Department of Education, and it can stop the federal government from taking over the state election process. You need to know that this plan's underway already, and it's working. Join 5 million supporters and citizen activists, along with my friends Mark Levin, Rand Paul, Ben Shapiro, Glenn Beck, Mike Huckabee, Sean Hannity, and many, many more.
The Convention of States, ultimately, fundamentally, the way to secure our republic.
Washington is so broken it may not be fixable, and that the only way you'll truly get reform is by having a convention where people decide, you know, we need to have term limits, or we have to have a balanced budget amendment.
I have endorsed it, and I believe very strongly that it's the only way we're ever going to get a balanced budget amendment. It's the only way we're ever going to be able to bring some real reform to our system.
I mean, I've been a longtime supporter of the Convention of States and to reestablish the sort of guiding principles of the Constitution.
You have a chance of really saving the republic. I am all in. ConventionofStates.com.
And now I'm joining Convention of States to make this happen. So join me in this constitutional revolution at ConventionofStates.com. They have a petition. Go sign it today.
Support the only plan that bypasses Biden and Congress to save the republic. Sign the petition at ConventionofStates.com.
Okay, so all I need is a lead into that. All right.
So what I did was I was able then, while that was playing, I thought that was Rick found this this video, and I thought it was very good.
It is. It's powerful.
And so while that's playing, then I was able to remove everybody else, all the executive group, which then would leave you as the person to wrap it up.
And that's a perfect entree into my closing.
Now, do you want to? We can. Well, let me bring everybody back up here. Do you want to, John? Do you want to? Do you want to do this thing with the website again? What?
Well, yeah, because that's what the video ended there. It said go to conventionofstates.com, sign the petition, and if you re-show the website, it went by kind of fast. So if you re-show it, let it linger on the screen for a few seconds while I talk about it, and then I'll say, you know, beyond signing the petition, if you really want to help make a difference, here's where you can click Take Action, and you can volunteer to become a leader in Indiana or whatever state you happen to live in, because, you know, I believe there are people outside of Indiana who watch our roundtable. So I won't limit it to Indiana, but I'll say, you know, the Take Action, lots of volunteer positions, and then I'll close it out.
If I can get real handy on this, do you want to stick with these pictures, these screenshots of the website, or would you like for me to try and go live to the website?
Well, if you can go live to the website without causing yourself too many headaches, I think that would be cool. Rather than screenshot, which screenshot worked well last month, but But if you can do it.
Which one's easier for you, Dale? If you got your hands kind of full as it is, so which
He
one?
does.
This would be easier since I've already got it prepared. But
well, with all the production stuff that you're doing there, while you're also a guest on the roundtable, let's go with what's easier for you, because this works. I mean, it shows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but
if you're logged in, just let the home screen of the website. It has those scrolling pictures. Every few seconds or so. Just let those go by while you're talking about it. If you're logged in and you're on the home page of the website.
Let me experiment with this and see. We'll try it maybe at the dress rehearsal and see what.
Yeah. Okay.
I basically got
Since you're already doing the tour with Paul's doing the website tour. Can you just leave that up and then use that, or?
Well, I let me think about that.
Well, you could just, say, this is how you get to the website. It's conventionestates.com. You type that in, click enter, and it goes to the website. And,
see the tour that Paul does, he is sharing that from his computer.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So what I've got to do is, in order to do this for John, then I've got to. And I don't know how I'm going to. Okay, then I've got to.
Keep it simple. My advice.
I just use this. I agree. Just use the screenshot.
Use that screenshot or take another one, but use a screenshot.
Well, see, I had to close out the PowerPoint and switch to the live screen. This is the website. This is the live website now. This would be Take Action.
Oh.
Anybody can create an account on our website, right? Anybody?
Yeah.
So, I like the my pocket guide being shown there.
Yeah.
That's something that I think a lot of people would be interested in downloading.
Okay. Let me play with that and see how smooth I can make that happen. Then, John, I wanted to ask you if you were interested in doing something like this at the end.
Oh, a word crawl. Make history.
I just put make history in there. That's something I do on the broadcast. Or you could put whatever else if you have something else you want to say. It's kind of a neat little feature.
Why don't you put conventionofstates.com on that word crawl? Let it be scrolling past while I'm talking about it.
Along with Take Action, right?
Well, during the whole closing. Because I know one of the principles of advertising is to say it and say it again and again and again, and the more we put that web address out there, the better.
Yeah, and to close the sale, you give them a call to action, which is take action, right?
I can't. Let's see. Yep. What's it doing that for?
It's making history.
Computers only do what you tell them to do.
No, I did not tell them to do that.
Okay.
It thinks you did. It's like a kid.
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah,
So
I kind
that-
of like that. Adds a
You
little
kinda like
motion, and it keeps that web address in front of them. Yeah.
So show that as you're wrapping things up, huh?
Sure, I like it.
No take action. You didn't only do one message, just put a lot of spaces between them and.
Do you want to
space, take action?
do you want to put a message like, what is the next one, John? August 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh,
That's something you can create ahead of time, Dale, or are you creating that on the fly at the last minute?
well, I can create it ahead of time, but I'm doing this on the fly here. Yeah.
Okay. I just didn't want you trying to create it while you're trying to close as well. So.
Yeah. Is that something you want to put up there too?
I don't think that's as important as the web address.
Well, at some point we want to definitely mention,
yeah, that's in my close. Yeah.
Okay.
See you on the 4th Monday of August.
Right.
That's in my close. Yep. Yep.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, then I'll practice that and see how smooth I can make that. If we can get to the live website, I think that'll be a little more meaningful than the screenshots, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so. If you can do it without too much trouble.
Yeah.
Because I don't want you to have a heart attack or anything. We'd be up a creek without a paddle if we lost our producer. We'd all sit there and just look at a blank screen.
By the way, if anybody has any suggestions on who might be a good co-host for COS Indiana Live, let me know. I'd like to line up someone that could do what I'm doing here for the roundtable on the Monday night, on the Monday broadcast, and maybe someday, take my place doing that broadcast. So if you come across anybody you think might be good, and like John Ackerman told me one time, you need to get a young person on here. So
yeah, and I resemble that remark.
Yeah. He was one of the first people that when I did the first broadcast, I asked him, "Well, John, what did you think?" And he said, "You're too old."
Well, I had a little more tact.
Well, yeah, I guess you might have been a little more tactful, but I've always remembered that.
I think I said if guys like you and I want to attract younger people, we need to find a younger face.
That was very politically correct.
Oh, don't accuse me of that, man. That's awful.
Yeah, we got a bunch of old white men sitting here trying to tell the country how to run itself.
Well, someone could look at us and come to that conclusion.
White supremacy here, huh?
If we want to be a little more uniform in our appearance, then I think, Dale, you're gonna need to grow some facial hair.
I'm the only one that's clean shaven here, aren't I?
Yeah, get with it, Dale.
Yeah.
We all need a 3-corner hat too.
I'd like one of those.
This is still being recorded now. This is still being recorded.
As long as
actually, John, I've got something in the works to get something like that produced.
Good.
Ken, I know you tried to say something. What were you saying?
I was just saying, if you can't have it on top, you might as well have it on bottom.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Oh, it took a few seconds for that to sink in there.
I knew what he said. I know. Okay, guys, that's pretty much all. Like, anybody got any questions or any suggestions or anything? What, George?
See the attitude, guys, I get all the time. What, George? He's okay. I feel like one of the.
Now look at your connection is so much better. You've moved to another spot, didn't you?
Yeah, it started freezing up, so I moved out of the office. The state map. What do you think about making that available to everybody? If they send me an email with a state map in the subject line, I'll send them a copy of the state map.
Oh,
it shows our regions and districts.
Oh,
because I got it. I can just do an attachment and a reply email to them. No big deal.
Might be a good way to see if anybody wants to interact. Just make a simple request. It's coming back to you for free, and so that would be good.
How about if we ask them to post their email address in the comments?
Well, we'll have their email address from them sending it to me.
I can. You want me to put George? You want me to put your name and your email address on this slide?
Yeah, because I don't think anybody put their email in the chat.
The state map side. Well, yeah. I don't usually get my COS Action email for some reason. Doesn't get forwarded to me, but Jerry gave me the link to look at COS Action email. It's in the database. So yes, George.ward at COS Action.
If you put George's email address on that slide with the map, I can just say, hey, if you want a copy of this map, just send an email to that address that you see right there, George.ward at COS Action.
There you go.
And he will send you that map.
Yep.
That'd be good. Another way to invite interaction with people that are viewing. So that's a positive.
And then I can hand them for a $5 donation.
You can, yeah.
Or ask them to buy you a drink next time they're in town.
Tell them you need beer for your grass.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Rick.
Yeah. That's okay.
Beer for my grass. They might take that a few different ways.
That's a little ambiguous, isn't it?
Yeah. Grass for my beer might be better.
Ken, you missed it at the beginning.
Yeah, that's
Rick's having trouble growing grass on a bare spot on his lawn, and George told him put some beer and rotten bananas on it.
Is that good enough there?
Yeah, the W in Ward's capitalized. Well, either way, okay. Put me down as like SGC after my name, State Grassroots Coordinator. Yeah, there you go. Looks good.
Okay, and when that map is up there, I'll talk about who George is, and if you want a copy of the map, just send email to that address, and I'll read it, and I'll say put state map in the subject line, and George will send you what will it be, a PDF or a JPEG or what, George?
I'll attach it right to the reply email to JPG.
Okay.
Boy,
this is a drag and drop for me, and no biggie.
What a sneaky way to get your name out there and make people talk about him, I tell you.
Well, some people.
Yeah. Okay.
You can put in there also under all of that, the long-haired hippie freak guy. Long-haired hippie freak. How about that? Can't think of how the song goes. Long-haired hippie freaks need now to apply. Whatever.
All right. Okie dokie. All right, that's done.
$19.95 today to help George up his internet.
Up your internet.
Up yours too.
Now remember, this is being recorded.
Oh my.
Just don't share it anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, I just gave you the punchline to a church joke. You want to hear the joke?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. A lot of churches, during the greeting time, the pastor will say, "Peace be with you," and the people respond, "And also with you." And I have a friend, he's retired now, but he's Lutheran, and his pastor always changed that up. Peace be with you, and also with you. And he came up with new versions of that. And one Sunday he said, "The Lord light up your life," and the people responded, "And up yours too." You don't do that in church.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
He loved to tell that story. I don't know how many times I heard it.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to end the recording, and so we'll plan on next Friday, dress rehearsal.
8:00, right?
8:00, and we'll go through this. I will probably I'll be probably sending another link out. I think I'm going to have to end this one since we made so many changes and so forth. So I'll probably have to send out a new link. So be looking for that.
Okay, are you going to email that, Dale?
Did I slacked it this time? Did everybody except for John? I have to send him by email.
Slack don't like me.
Did what's your preference? Did everybody apparently saw it?
I like Slack, but for the district captains you're inviting, it would be good to send them an individual email with that invite. I'll tell them that you're going to do that. So
okay, all right.
I think just do it in both. Doesn't have to be one or the other, right?
Yeah, I'm just thinking that they're not in this Slack group, so they're not going to see it in Slack unless it's put somewhere where everybody in the world can see it.
Yeah, that's like a good point. That's a good point. Well, we don't want everybody trying to get into this. So
right.
If you want to just send it to me, I'll send it to the 5 or 6 district captains if you want, or however you want to work it.
All right.
I didn't know this was the same link all the time.
Huh? No, it shouldn't be the same link. Well, not. I mean, if we didn't make any changes to this or didn't modify this at all, we could use the link for this broadcast for the final broadcast. But whenever I modify it or change it around, I would rather just create another broadcast and get a clean link. I just don't. I don't trust that this old one will work in the future. Just my thing. So
okay,
I'll just be sure to get everybody the right link.
Rick was saying something. I interrupted him.
Oh, I was just telling Dale that if he wants to send that link to me, then I can send it to the 5 district captains or whatever, just to save him some time and effort.
Okay.
I'll start working this week on getting like the thing for the email blast and social media and some of that stuff out too.
Okay.
I did send a thing to that community newsmaker, so I haven't heard anything back from them at all, but I did send something about it to them.
All right. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to end it up here.